Beyond the Nozzle. Igniting engagement.
The fire that changed everything. The Triangle Shirtwaist Fire. There are fires that make headlines, and then there are fires that quietly change the world. This story is one of those fires. It happened more than a century ago, but the impact of it is still felt every time a firefighter walks into a commercial building. Every time an exit sign lights the way, and every time a fire code inspector checks a door and makes sure it opens. This is the story of the Triangle Shirtwaist Fire. It's March 25th, 1911, a Saturday afternoon in New York City. The Triangle Shirtwaist Factory occupies the top 3 floors of the Ash building just off Washington Square. Inside, hundreds of workers, mostly young immigrant women, are finishing their shifts. Many of them are teenagers, and some are even younger. The factory makes women's blouses, known at the time as shirtwaists. Fabric scraps line the floors. Sewing machines are packed tightly together. Workdays are long and pay is low, and conditions are crowded. At around 4:40 p.m., a fire breaks out. The exact cause was never definitely proven, but investigators believe a discarded cigarette or match ignited fabric scraps beneath a cutting table. In a space filled with flammable material, the fire spreads fast, very fast. Within minutes, flames race across the room, smoke fills the upper floors, workers rush for exits, and that's when the real danger becomes clear. One stairwell door is locked. Factory owners had locked certain exits to prevent theft and unauthorized breaks. It wasn't uncommon at the time, but in a fire it was deadly. The other stairwell quickly fills with smoke and flame. Some workers try the elevators. The operators make multiple trips, carrying as many people as they can. Eventually, the elevator shafts fill with smoke, and the cars stopped running. Fire escapes are narrow, poorly designed, and not built to handle the number of people trying to use them. Under the weight, sections collapsed. Outside, firefighters arrive quickly for the era, but there's a problem. Their ladders don't reach the top floors. The Ash building is 10 stories tall. Fire department ladders at the time can only reach 6 stories. Hose streams fall short. Nets are deployed, but the distance is too great. People begin jumping. Crowds gather below as workers trapped by fire and smoke make impossible decisions. Some leap from the windows. Others cling to ledges until the heat forces them to let go. In just 18 minutes, the fire is over. 146 people are dead. Most died from smoke inhalation and burns, others from falls. Nearly all were young women. Many families lost multiple daughters in a single afternoon. New York City is shaken. Funerals stretch for days. One procession alone includes more than 100,000 people walking silently through the streets. The city and the nation demands answers. Investigations reveal a long list of failures. Blocked exits, inadequate fire escapes, no automatic sprinklers, poor interior layout, lack of emergency planning. And perhaps most importantly, there were few laws at the time that required any of it to be different. The public outrage is overwhelming. For the first time, fire safety becomes a matter of national conversation, not just fire department concern. Lawmakers, labor groups, and fire officials begin working together. The result is sweeping change. New York State creates the Factory Investigating Commission. Over the next several years, more than 30 new fire and workplace safety laws are passed. Requirements for unlocked exits, fire drills, improved stairwells, and better building materials. Automatic sprinkler systems begin to gain traction, not as luxuries, but as necessities. These changes don't stay in New York, they spread. Building codes across the United States began to evolve. Fire departments gain a stronger voice in prevention. The idea that fires could be prevented not just fought, become central to the fire service mission. The Triangle Shirtwaist Fire doesn't just change laws, it changes how we think about fire. Firefighters weren't just responders anymore, they became advocates, inspectors, educators. Every exit sign, every unlocked stairwell, every occupancy limit, all of it traces back, in some way, to this fire. And that's why this story matters today. Because when firefighters push for safety, when inspections feel inconvenient, when codes feel strict, it's not about rules for the sake of rules. It's about remembering what happened when those rules don't exist. The Triangle Shirtwaist Fire lasted less than 20 minutes. Its impact lasted more than a century. And every time a firefighter walks into a building and checks an exit, they're honoring the lessons written that day in smoke and flame. This is Beyond the Nozzle. Until next time, stay safe, stay engaged, and remember, a simple post can save a life.
Beyond the Nozzle. Igniting engagement.